Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Remember to also tell your fellow friends to do the same. Also, if you look here, it reminds you to click the link under this video for the cool worksheets based on the stories I read to you in my cool Batman voice. Remember to do that at the end of the story. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a kind and gentle girl named Cinderella. She lived with her wicked stepmother and two stepsisters who were jealous of her beauty and sweet nature. They made her do all the housework from dawn till dusk, while they spent their days in idle luxury. Cinderella's stepmother was particularly cruel, giving her only rags to wear and making her sleep in the cold, drafty attic. Despite this, Cinderella remained cheerful and kind, always finding time to befriend the animals in the forest and garden. One day, the king announced that there would be a grand ball at the palace, and all the young women in the kingdom were invited. The prince was to choose a bride, and every eligible maiden was expected to attend. Cinderella's stepsisters were thrilled and spent days preparing their dresses and accessories. But when Cinderella asked if she could go too, her stepmother laughed cruelly. "You go to the ball in those rags," she scoffed. "You have no suitable dress, and even if you did, you have too much work to do. You're not going anywhere." Heartbroken, Cinderella watched as her stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball without her. She sat by the fireplace, crying quietly, when suddenly her fairy godmother appeared. "Why are you crying, my dear?" the fairy godmother asked. Cinderella explained her plight, and the fairy godmother smiled kindly. "Dry your tears, Cinderella. You shall go to the ball." With a wave of her magic wand, the fairy godmother transformed Cinderella's rags into a stunning gown of silver and gold, with glass slippers that sparkled like diamonds. She turned a pumpkin into a magnificent carriage and 6 mice into horses to pull it. But remember, the fairy godmother warned, this magic will only last until midnight. You must leave the ball before the clock strikes 12. Overjoyed, Cinderella thanked her fairy godmother and set off for the palace. When she arrived, everyone was captivated by her beauty, and even her stepmother and stepsisters did not recognize her. The prince was especially taken with her and asked her to dance. They danced together all night, and Cinderella felt as though she were in a dream. However, as the clock began to strike midnight, Cinderella remembered the fairy godmother's warning. She fled from the palace, leaving behind one of her glass slippers in her haste. The prince chased after her but was too late. All he found was the slipper. The next day, the prince declared that he would marry the girl whose foot fit the glass slipper. He sent his servants throughout the kingdom to find her. Every woman tried on the slipper, but it fit none. Finally, the prince arrived at Cinderella's home. Her stepsisters tried to force their feet into the slipper, but it was no use. "May I try?" Cinderella asked timidly. Her stepmother sneered, but the prince nodded. When Cinderella slipped her foot into the glass slipper, it fit perfectly. The prince recognized her as the beautiful girl from the ball and asked her to be his bride. Overjoyed, Cinderella agreed, and the prince took her to the palace, where they were married in a grand ceremony. Cinderella's kindness and goodness had been rewarded, and she and the prince lived happily ever after. And so, the story of Cinderella became a tale of hope and kindness, teaching that no matter how difficult life may seem, goodness and grace can lead to a happy ending. I hope you liked the story. Now don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Remember to also tell your fellow friends to do the same. Also, if you look here, it reminds you to click the link under this video for the cool worksheets based on the stories I read to you in my cool Batman voice. Remember to do that now.